So, hello and welcome to this sort of like new sort of series I'm going to do, which is called Sideline Source. I'm trying to just sort of do like a tactics review. I might even start like doing like little videos on tactics and stuff. And I also want to do sort of like just off the cuff sort of interesting. Let me just get rid of this earphone. Interesting videos. So like stuff like this should be like a little bit of a one-off. So recently, I don't know if you've seen on Sky Sports, I think it's the Sky Sports football channel, Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football talked about the Manchester United starting lineup, and I thought I'd just like to sort of have my input on that sort of lineup. So I've got on my screen. I don't know how well this is going to work. No idea. This could just be me wasting the video. But I've sort of found a software where I can move stuff about, and it works pretty well. So just as a little bit of a lineup that we're going to go with here, this is how I believe, Gary Neville, as I'm going to run through all of these players now, which I should have really done beforehand, but here's what it is. I know the United lineup pretty well, so I can just whack all these players in. So his ideal lineup was sort of a weird one. I don't agree with it myself, because I don't really like how he lines up all the different types of players that we've got here. So this is sort of his ideal lineup. So we're looking at a front three of Rashford, Martial and Greenwood, and then Fernandes, Pogba in a pivot, so to speak, with Matic playing a bit of a deeper role, and Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka as a back four. I don't like this setup, purely because I don't agree with Jamie Carragher. He said he had no discipline, Pogba and Fernandes. But I think Pogba's got quality, but he's just not showing it of late. And with this defence, I think the defence needs a lot more support. So if in this area here, Matic, so to speak, you had maybe an Ndidi or a Kante, maybe someone a bit more physical like Thomas Partey or Ndidi, obviously, I think then you're looking at a much stronger side. But this sort of lineup here isn't going to work for us in our favour. Obviously, Martial's got a red card at the moment, so Cavani can come in straight away. Just get all these players down here so you can sort of see it on the screen. But yeah, this lineup isn't going to work. So what Ollie did last time round, he didn't start Cavani. He started Greenwood, I believe. No, I can't remember which lineup he went for, but he went for a more attacking one. So in fact, Matic didn't even play, did he? Matic wasn't even the side. It was Fernandes in there, and then Rashford playing on the left. I believe it was Greenwood playing off the right. And then in this two centre mid roles, which I quite liked actually. I liked the way we lined up in this sort of formation. So we had Wan-Bissaka playing like a wing back, Lindelof covering him. Oh no, it was Tuanzebe, wasn't it, in the PSG game? Tuanzebe covering him, Shaw, Maguire, Tellez in this left wing back role, and then we also had Fred playing that right centre mid and McSauce playing in that left centre mid role. And it worked really well. It worked really, really well because we had the wing backs going forward. I've always liked this formation. Did Greenwood start? That's the only thing I can't remember. Oh no, Mata started, didn't he? Mata started. It was like a weird front three. But I quite liked how we lined up here. This was a very nice little lineup. To which then I thought, after this, we'd maybe stick with the five at the back, because the five at the back works. We need that support for Maguire and Lindelof, because they just don't work together. Put Shaw back over here. If I can. And again, this new sort of, well, if you know any other sort of softwares, let me know, by the way. But yeah, this is the problem with our two centre-backs. We've got Maguire, who's very good, but not very good positionally. Luke Shaw, decent player. I think he does his role very well. I think he does anyway. And then you've got these two players here. So these two players played as a sort of a pivot. Fernandes got forward. Rashford was playing. Who else played? Oh, James played, didn't he? James played on this left-hand side. Greenwood on the right, Rashford up front. So that's how we lined up. I just need to shrink this Fernandes player. There we go. So that's how we lined up. It was quite a nice one because McTominay and Fred sort of supported the back two. Fernandes playing forward, Greenwood on the right, didn't really do much. James coming in on the left, and then Rashford as well. I think Greenwood actually swapped out for Mata. That's how we lined up. It sort of works. I prefer Rashford up front. I've got to admit, Rashford up front does the business for me. Martial, as a number 9, is he going to score 30 goals a season? This is the big question. Well, 20 goals a season. Is he going to score that many goals in the league? I don't think he will. Tellez, the other one, will he play? I don't know. I can't see him sort of playing in a way like that. If I can sort of drag him over. I don't know how I've got this now. I don't know how to get rid of it. This is the only problem with using new stuff. I've absolutely no idea. There we go. Bin it off. And bin it off. So, Tellez playing out on that left-hand side. I think it's just too attacking. I think it's way too attacking. Maguire needs that sort of support. So now I'll do my ideal lineup. So my ideal lineup would be, I'm going to have Rashford coming on the left forward role. So he allows him to get forward a lot more. I'll start from the back. So at the moment, De Gea's doing pretty well. He's 2 great saves against PSG. Did very well against Chelsea as well, I believe. And then I want to sort of see a back 3. So I want to see Lindelof playing here. Do quite like Lindelof. Maguire playing in this sort of centre-back position there. And then Luke Shaw can play... Where have I put him now? There he is. Made him a bit big. Luke Shaw playing that left-back role. Left centre-back role even. Because he can play there. He played very well all of last season near enough in this position when Rashford and Martial both got injured themselves. Then Brandon Williams was free to do whatever he wanted down that left wing-back role. So that's how I think we should line up. And then we've got Scott... Well, let's get all these players off here first. So I can sort everything out. Let's get Rashford off as well. I think... Where is... This is the only problem now. I can't find him. There he is. I think Wan-Bissaka should be playing right wing back. Purely because he can get back and slot into a potential back 4. Because then if shuffle all these players over, we can shuffle into a nice little back 4 if need be. But for now, I think Wan-Bissaka there, Lindelof here, Maguire here, and Shaw here. I think it works much better. I think it's a much better fit. And then it also allows the crossing ability of Tellez to get forward without... Well, I don't think he's very good defensively from what I've seen. But I think it allows him to get forward, use the crossing ability that he's got, and it also allows Shaw to get forward and do his overlaps, which I think sort of proves pretty much that we're a much better side when Shaw gets forward and overlaps on that left-hand side, supporting either Rashford or Martial. So the central midfield now, this is the question, because you definitely need this man in the centre attacking mid position. That's for sure. I think he'd play even further up the pitch, to be honest. Because this back 5, or you might even call it a back 3 because you've got 2 players playing left mid, right mid, so in a sense. This back 5 lets you have, in essence, a lot more attacking threats. Because you don't really need those 2 in the centre mid role, because Maguire can sort of play as a CDM himself. He can push forward. He likes to push forward with the ball. It allows him to do that. It allows all 3 of the players at the back to push forward, really, just so they can cover each other. It's a bit more support. It's more of a modern day football approach with the 3 at the back, 2 wing backs. They sort of cover each other as they get forward and so on and so forth. So Fernandes pushes forward in that cam position. Who do you play in the midfield now? The obvious 2 would probably be Pogba. If you put Pogba in there, because he can get forward, he dictates play, he's very, very tricky on the ball, very good player. And I guess you'd also say Fred. I guess you'd say Fred because he can sort of play a bit further back, tackle a lot, and then Fred becomes interchangeable because you can interchange Fred with perhaps McTominay if you need more of a physical presence, like height-wise, or Van der Beek if you want to get forward and attack more. Then you'd be looking at Rashford going into this position, as I just moved the screen, and Martial playing on this side. Now these 2 interchange. Well, Rashford can play on the right or the left, and Martial can play on the left or the right. It doesn't really matter. Martial will probably linger into this centre role, and Rashford probably lingers out onto this sort of aspect, which leaves Wan-Bissaka to get open a bit more. Now, when this happens, Fernandes sort of roams. This is where this player comes into play. I think if we play this formation with the ability we've got, Pogba can sit a bit deeper, and Van der Beek plays a bit further forward. We then can fall into a sort of this position. We can fall into... this is the problem with having new stuff you've not used before. It's a bit clickety. Clickety? That's not a word. You sort of fall into this sort of formation. which is a weird one. Pogba, Maguire get a bit further forward. Because this looks incredibly attacking, but it's also very defensive because you've got Maguire who sits back in the more like centre-back role, Lindelof short, Tellers, Wan-Bissaka. Van der Beek can play on that right attacking mid, but also he can just probably sit inside because Martial lingers around here in the centre area. Rashford runs down this left-hand side. You could even maybe make runs over to the right. He came in off the right, so even this would be a possibility if you play something like this. Like so. It just frees up everything. So this back five here, in and around this aspect there, that's the key thing. And I think, in terms of lining up for big games, in a way, I think this is probably our best lineup. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do probably a few more of these. And yeah, just like off the cuff, these are my little tactics that I'm going to start doing. Hope you did enjoy it. So yeah, this has been me, Alex, and I shall catch you in the next episode. Ciao.